Nesmith, guitarist and singer-songwriter of the Monkees, dies at 78. Rest in peace.
But before we start, please take a moment to give this video a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll never miss these great stories.
Many music fans of a certain age grew up with the Monkees. Originally created for a 60s sitcom, the band turned out to be one of the most successful rock groups of their era, and continued to perform for decades. Sadly, another member of the beloved band passed away today. Michael Nesmith, a guitarist, singer, songwriter and founding member of the band, died at 78. With infinite love we announce that Michael Nesmith has passed away this morning in his home, surrounded by family, peacefully and of natural causes, his family said in a statement, according to Rolling Stone. We ask that you respect our privacy at this time and we thank you for the love and light that all of you have shown him and us. Nesmith was born December 30, 1942 in Houston, Texas. His musical career began when, after returning from a tour in the U.S. Air Force, he received a guitar as a Christmas present from his mother and stepfather. He began writing his own songs, some of which became hits for other artists, including Different Drum, sung by Linda Ronstadt for the Stone Ponies. But his most well-known musical venture was with the Monkees. The band was put together for the NBC sitcom of the same name, inspired by the success of the Beatles and their film A Hard Day's Night. Nesmith, who auditioned for the series after responding to an ad in a magazine, won producers over with his nonchalant attitude and sense of humor. He joined bandmates Davy Jones, Mickey Dolenz and Peter Tork. The show was a success, winning the Emmy Award for Outstanding Comedy Series in 1967. It is remembered for its use of innovative new wave film styles. The Monkees became pop sensations overnight. The show produced hit songs like Last Train to Clarksville and I'm a Believer. Several of their songs were penned by Nesmith, including Mary, Mary. But as an experienced musician and songwriter, Nesmith chafed against the band's controlled, prefabricated image. The band did their own singing, but other musicians played on their recordings, and they frequently recorded songs penned by other artists. I'm a Believer, for instance, was written by Neil Diamond. We were kids with our own taste in music and were happier performing songs we liked and/or wrote than songs that were handed to us, Nesmith told Rolling Stone in 2012. It made for a better performance. It was more fun. That this became a bone of contention seemed strange to me, and I think to some extent to each of us, sort of, what's the big deal? Why won't you let us play the songs we are singing? In addition to these frustrations, the band suffered from exhaustion and struggling popularity. Their film Head was a failure in 1968, as was its soundtrack, and the band broke up in 1970. Nesmith continued his musical career, including forming First National Band, which was short-lived and only achieved modest success, but is remembered as a pioneering act in the country rock genre later popularized by acts like the Eagles. In the 70s and 80s, he achieved success as a producer of video ventures. He founded Pacific Arts Corporation in 1974, an early pioneer in the home video market. He also created the Nickelodeon program Pop Clips, which was later developed into the MTV network. Nesmith occasionally returned to the Monkees on their reunion tours and specials. Despite only sporadic involvement, Nesmith denied that he was embarrassed by the band, and looked back with fondness. It was a nice part of the resume, he told Rolling Stone. It was fun for me and a great time of my life. I mean, where do you want to be in the 60s except the middle of rock and roll, hanging out with the scene? He finally returned to the band as a full-time member in 2012, after the death of frontman Davy Jones. The remaining Monkees continued to tour and recorded a well-received studio album, Good Times, in 2016. After the death of Peter Tork in 2019, Nesmith and Dolenz were the only surviving members of the group. They embarked on a farewell tour last year, performing their very last concert at the Greek Theatre in Los Angeles just last month, on November 14. Rest in peace, Michael Nesmith. Thank you for the decades of great music.